Hi, my friends. I'm sorry. I I had to. My camera stopped recording, and I had to make a room on my phone to keep recording. So I apologize. But anyway, I think I was saying that. That I really like the way F.W. Murnau did this shot here, because he's showing the darkness of the situation, the darkness being felt by the character. You can see he's in my opinion, I feel that he is possessed by this dark relationship, this dark evil that has come over him. In my opinion, I believe he knows that he is doing something that is wrong. He doesn't really want to do what he's doing, but he's is possessed by this woman. He's under her spell, and I believe I can show you more evidence of why I believe what I believe. But and then also, this is just a beautiful shot of the darkness of the situation, and then also because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, F.W. Murnau directed the silent film, the masterpiece silent film Nosferatu, which is about a vampire, and it's very dark, and so you can see his skill at filming dark subject matter. And so yes, and you can just see it in his demeanor, in his movement and action, that he's under a spell and he's not really wanting to do what he's doing, but he's possessed by this woman. And so anyway, let's continue the film. You can see how dark and spooky it is, how he's framing this interaction. And there she is in the moonlight, just carefree. Yes, you can see her in the moonlight. She's comfortable being in the darkness, in the moonlight, in the nighttime, and she's comfortable in that environment. And so it speaks, in my opinion, it speaks loudly to her character, to her morals and values, that she's comfortable with being in the darkness and being quote unquote bad in her. She's comfortable in her sinful behavior and in the darkness. And you're going to see her check herself in the mirror and put on lipstick and just really, she's, in my opinion, she's reveling in the darkness that she's creating, and she's very comfortable in it. And I believe, in my opinion, she knows that she's sinning and ruining a marriage, but she doesn't care. She's still gonna do it. And that's just how I see this. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so let's continue. There she's smiling. And here's the devoted wife. She's crying. And she's in the baby's arms, and he's in the arms of the woman. Tell me you are all mine. Sell your farm, come with me to the city. And my wife, and she's smiling. Couldn't she get drowned? Oh my goodness. Look at the way the words disappear. Then overturn the boat. It will look like an accident. And he's shocked at her proposal. Then overturn the boat. It will look like an accident. And there you saw how he becomes very angry at her. He knows that that she's asking him to do a very bad thing, and he goes to strangle her and do away with her. But she overcomes him and kisses him passionately, and he comes under her spell again. So it's like he wants to break free out of the spell, but she overtakes him, and he comes under her spell again. And so now she's asking him again, leave all this behind, come to the city. And so she's continuing to do whatever she can to win him. Oops. come to the city. And then again, this is another wonderful shot. You see both of them lying in the grass here at the foreground. And then in the background, you're going to see the movement of the city, the noises and the movement of the city. And here we see the first evidence of the synchronized sound effects that were added to this film. These sound effects are not separate from the film. They are part of the film. They have been synchronized into the film, which is a landmark technique that was developed with this film. This is, as I mentioned at the beginning of the film, this film was one of the first films ever to incorporate and synchronize sound effects into the film. But yes, and then also this is a shot showing the amazing skill that F.W. Murnau shows with two images superimposed upon each other, which involved great skill and technique and technology for the time. So this is an example of the innovative camera work that F.W. Murnau used to make this film. And that's why it's considered one of the best ever films of the silent film era. So anyway. And here you can see another example of two separate images being superimposed upon one frame. You have the band playing here on the left side, and then a separate image of people dancing on the right side, and they're superimposed upon each other. Okay, and you can see another, again, you can see another example of her character. Here she jumped up and started wiggling and dancing in the moonlight, in the dark of night, and she's reveling in her freedom, in her just in her freedom. And she's from the city, so she's free and uninhibited, and she's showing that here in this scene. And it's also an example of her character of being free and uninhibited, and not at all ashamed of what she's doing and what she's like. So anyway, so here we go. she tempts him with her inhibition. And again, you see the darkness. Those are the footprints of him walking in the night. They're of her walking in the night. It says, after the boat has capsized, save yourself with these bulrushes. After the boat has capsized, save yourself with these bulrushes. So she's walking at night in the mud, and she's showing him how to save himself after he has capsized the boat so that his wife will drown. And she's showing him how to save himself. So she really does know what she's doing and what she wants. The rushes will hold you up. Scatter them before you reach the shore, and tell everyone she drowned by accident. So yes, she really does know what she's doing and what she wants. He's coming back home. More of the sound effects. He's hiding the bulrushes. I love the music. And the darkness of the scene. It makes it really sinister, dark, spooky, which F.W. Murnau is very good at. He did it in the silent film Nosferatu, and you can see it here in this film as well. just want to, sorry. Right here, he is, right here, he is thinking, he's he's imagining the watery grave he has planned for his wife. And you can see in his face how distraught he feels about it, how, again, he looks like a zombie, like he's under a spell, but he also knows that he knows what he has planned, and he's thinking about her watery grave. And you can see in his eyes that they're blank, like a zombie. And that's why I think that he's under a spell. And I'll show you more evidence of that. But yeah, it's really gruesome if you think about it. But I don't know, that these are just my opinions. Sorry, I just wanted to add, and this is also, in my opinion, that is, in my opinion, this is also an example of real life horror. F.W. Murnau, as I mentioned, has directed the silent film Nosferatu, which is a fictional horror classic. And now he's turned his attention to real life horror, and what this married farmer has planned for his wife. So yeah, this is real life horror, something nobody should ever experience. Sorry, but as you saw there, let me go back just a minute. As you saw there, or as you heard there, as you heard and saw there, F.W. Murnau using the sound of bells to transition from the darkness into the light. And he does it a couple of more times in the film, and I'll draw your attention to it when we get to those parts of the film. But yeah, he uses bells to transition from the darkness into the light. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that bells, the sound of bells, drives away dark influences, dark spells, dark spirits, and so just by ringing a bell, you can do away with negative energy. And I don't know, it's probably just a myth. I don't know if it's true or not. I would hope it would be true. That would be lovely. And that would just make hearing church bells on Sunday mornings that much more beautiful if you knew that they were actually getting rid of negative energy. But so I don't know if it's true or not, but it is used in this film to transition from darkness to light. So yeah, so and I'll show you a couple of other times where he uses F.W. Murnau uses bells to transition from darkness to light. So anyway, let's continue. So he's going from the darkness of night to the light of day. And his wife is looking lovingly at him. Again, she's not saying a word. There's no words, but you can see it in her face that she's looking at him lovingly with lots of love and care and devotion to him. So anyway, let's continue. I'm sorry for all my interruptions. Sorry. He wakes up and he sees the bundle of bulrushes he collected to save himself after he drowns his wife in the water. So. He's remembering the woman, the city woman, and I find that quite interesting that let me go back. Right here, I find this, I never realized it, but I find this shot right here quite interesting because she's behind him and has her arms around his back and neck here, as if, he has, or she has him gripped under her spell, and he isn't able to shake her off him. I don't know. That's just my my opinion.